Right. I think we are live. We are live. If anyone can hear me, do say hi. Drop a comment. Drop your comments down below. Drop the questions down below. I'll give you an update on my Amazon business. It's Monday. Always got an update. Unfortunately, I had food poisoning yesterday, so I wasn't feeling very good. We were okay. Today's the 5th. I'll kind of share a chart with you. Like if you want to know, 69,000. Doing some work on a repricer, working really well. Happy that USA, we've increased probably like 5% margin by doing that. Not margin, ROI, get it right, Tom. So UK is doing pretty good. We'll do the 12 months. It's kind of steady. I'm quite happy because if you notice, November was the first month where we're up. It's going to be, or actually, they know, like that one we're up, and then this one's slightly down. So it has improved, but it's been a bit of a downward decline. And I won't lie, we've been focused a lot more on profitability than we have on pure top line revenue. So it's a really good point. Someone mentioned Thomas. Let's watch. Fantastic. Hey, Tom. Is that me, Thomas? Is your name, Thomas? Not too sure. I'm sure it's me. So, hey, obviously, if I can help you, I do drop it down below. If you've got questions, also as well, if you want to know, I'm just going to see if we're live on the Instagram at the same time. Guys, if you've got questions, let me do down below. I'll give you an update on my business. Oh, change it. I'm just getting the right one. Also, as well, if you do want to know, we are live on Instagram, and I'm just checking that as well. And the other really nice one, we're live on Twitch. God, I'm like a gamer. But I'll just see how that goes as well. So if you guys have got questions, do drop them down below. But we've done record. I think we did about last week across my UK business. I think we did just shy about 8,000 gross profit, which I'm pretty happy with. Like, I'm really happy with that, the team. So what are we doing right now? So a couple of things which we'll talk about right now is if you are like, it's Q4, what should you be thinking about? So number one, in the USA, we're pretty much stopping purchasing for anything that needs to be sold before Christmas. Why? We've looked at the ship time, so the time it takes them to buy something, to get it to our warehouse, prepped, and into Amazon. It won't have enough time right now to be able to get it purchased, prepped, and shipped into Amazon and sold before the 25th. It's just not going to happen. So anything in the US, we're not doing. In the UK, for example, we are doing. But we're probably going to stop it probably about the 9th is the latest. We're just looking at our ship times. I think they're 14 days in the US and they're about 10 days in the UK. So we've got an extra 5 days in the UK. So we're stopping those purchases of Christmas stock in the USA right now. That seems like we're still buying, by the way, but anything we buy today and going forward for the rest of the month, we have to sell in January. So like buying advent calendars is going to be a really, really bad idea. So I hope that kind of makes sense. My phone is having a really good day. Let's turn off the Wi-Fi and see if that helps. Maybe my internet just says, no, don't want to be alive. Then the other one is we're still continuing to purchase. We just got the Amazon loan, absolutely like smashing that as well. So I think so the other one which we've done is we did notice that 2 weeks ago we obviously missed our spend target. Like we went over, which was really 3 weeks ago we did that, and then also 2 weeks ago we actually didn't pay a balance because we had a problem with our cash flow. So we've got really, really strict on that. Like why? Because you just cannot afford to miss it. So cash flow is very important, and check out my cash flow sheet. Also as well, if you haven't seen it, we're doing a lot of shorts and lives from Roma the Roma. Absolutely loved him. Interviewed him, and he's a next level player. Absolutely love it. Doing 7 figures now. And also I'm going to go see him in Miami. So a couple of questions coming through. Let's kind of jump it through. Thomas, let's watch. Hey, Tom, or Facebook user. Who else? We got gigs. Hi, Tom. Learning a lot from the streams. Cool, fantastic. Ask me any questions in particular. I'll try and help you out. But again, I think the big one right now is we stop purchasing for Christmas in the US. We don't have enough time to ship it, purchase. We don't have enough time to buy, prep and ship before Christmas. In the UK, we can probably do it till Friday and then we're going to stop. We're just looking at the lead times. It's about 10 days in the UK right now. US is about 15 days. So we're stopping right now. And then the other one is really just cash flow, managing it through the business. But right now, there's lots of opportunity. The other thing, we're still holding back our prices. Like we're just being careful on them. Why? Because my God, you're going to get lots of sales still coming through. Jesse is here. Hey Jesse, great to see you. I know I normally kind of catch up with you like towards the end. It's like but honestly, great to see you. So don't worry. Honestly, good to see you, guys. If you are on Instagram, you know what? If you're on Instagram, it really helps if I actually press on. That's why I haven't actually turned it on yet. So 2 seconds. Just start that. Is that working? We'll see if it turns on. No, I'm not live yet. Right, start live. Start live. There we go. We're going live on Instagram. So if you are on Instagram, I will be able to see you in a minute. I'll do that. Hamda, hello Tom. Hope you're doing well. I just want to ask I start sourcing products and most of them are gated. What should I do? Yeah, really common question. If you are like a new seller and you've got lots of gated products, the classic problem. What I really recommend doing is I would really recommend. I think it's such a great image. Such a great image. If I'm going to advise you, my advice would really be just quite simple. Look, number one is don't start sourcing what everyone teaches you, like manual sourcing and doing it that way. It's fine. Manual sourcing is great. But the one thing you really want to be doing is looking at the Amazon side first and reverse sourcing. So go find products on Amazon first where there's no Amazon. There's still other sellers, preferably FBA sellers, but not too many. And it's probably over £20, $20 sale price. Don't do anything less than that. It's just not worth it. Like, it's too small. There won't be enough margin. So do that. And then once you found those on Amazon, then reverse sourcing from Google. That's the way you want to go. I really can't stress that enough. If you guys, oh, one second, I'm going to just turn off my Bluetooth. So yeah, if you guys are on Instagram, I can see you here. I have got you. So do drop a question in. Obviously, I will see that as well. So lots of people. Danny so just joined in. Guillaume just joined in. So I just want to say a big thank you. Also, as well, we're live on Twitch. If anyone's watching on Twitch, do let me know. I've like never done Twitch streaming. I thought I streamed it. So I'm a gamer now. I need to get like purple hair or something. Let's kind of go through. What do we got here? Gigs, talk to me. Would you purchase 5% ROI if they are constant sales? Yeah, I think, look, at the end of the day, the way I'd kind of put this whole equation, it's a really good question, by the way. I was just talking to someone in the Seller Academy. They're worried about like, what ROI should they have? When do you buy at what ROI? So there's two kind of real metrics I really think about. One is what's known as annualized ROI. So if I could buy something today for 10% ROI, and let's say, for example, it takes, let's say, for example, my UK business, it takes 10 days to get from purchase into Amazon. So that's 10 days. And then I can sell it in 5 days at 10% ROI. And then I'm going to have to wait a week, 2 weeks, by the way, 14 days. So that's one whole month effectively to get my money back. So it's 2 weeks to get my money. So 10 days to ship to Amazon, purchase to ship to Amazon, 5 days to sell, and then 14 days to get my money back. Call it 1 month. When I'm going to get 10% ROI over the course of a year, that's going to be annualized at what? 12 months, because 12 months in a year, 1 month to sell, 12 times, so 10% ROI, 120% ROI. Fantastic. Now I'll give you another one. Let's say, for example, I was doing 30% ROI, but the whole time for the process to buy the product, get it into Amazon, get it sold, and get the money back in my account, that now took 3 months. Well, we're now going to do that 4 times. Well, if you talk about it 4 times 30% ROI equals an annualized ROI of 120% ROI, which sounds exactly the same as the other one. So what you can see is that 10% ROI is exactly the same as 30% ROI when you have the 10% ROI buy to money back in the bank in a month versus buy to money back in the bank in 3 months. We're not including compounding that, but you can use that. And the only other metric I would kind of really consider in the equation, and I'm a big metric guy, I hope that kind of helps. The one other thing I kind of consider is my available cash and my ability to find deals. So if I've got lots of cash, but I'm struggling to find deals, I'd probably want deals which sell slower. Why? Because I'm really interested in not cycling the money so quick. But if I'm really low on cash and I've got a lot of ability to find deals, let's got lots of EAs, lots of opportunity to buy deals, for example, then I probably want to cycle that money faster. So if I want to cycle the money faster, I generally drop my ROI. If I want to slow down the money cycle, I generally increase my ROI. That would be kind of the measures, the controls. And again, what we're trying to do is control this business. That's it. We're trying to build a machine. You plug money in, you plug time, labor, and voila, fantastic. So that makes sense. Guys, if you are on the gram, I can see you. A couple of people joined in. Danny's also Gollum. I've got it right there. Do drop your questions in. I'm watching. So obviously I can see that as well. Let's kind of jump through. Where am I now? I don't know if I'm being open comments. There we go. Cool. Let's go. The wild adventures. Oh, gigs. Let me know if that answers your question. Like, that would be, I know it's a bit kind of complex. Long story short, yes, if I had loads of money. Let's put it that way. If I had more money than sense, I would do it. That's it. That's the simple answer. Hey, after the live Friday, I've invested in a VA with you. Woohoo! Can't wait to get them on board. Yeah, fantastic. Honestly, I think you'll really like them. Look, I won't lie. I am Bing77. Hello. I am seeing you on Instagram. The one thing which I will say is all the 7 and 8 figure Amazon sellers who I know, they don't use leads list and they don't use software. They have staff. Now, those staff can be in another country or they can be in the same country. Even the best wholesalers, you know, Amazon Lit, for example, they all have staff. And at the end of the day, what we realize is you can't do this all on your own. As much as we'd like to think I'm the best, and don't get me wrong, you probably are going to be the best. But like, let's say, for example, I'm twice as good as my best VA. Now, I'm probably not, but you know, like at sourcing. But I'm saying I'm not. But say, for example, I was. So once if I got 3 VAs, all of a sudden those 3 VAs would be better than me. But you know what? I probably cost a damn sight more than 3 VAs. So you know, let's say I'm equal to 5 VAs. I'm not saying I am at all. But if I am, then I think, you know, like I could hire 5 VAs and still they cost less than me. So actually, and then, by the way, I get time off to be what? More constructive in my business. And what you've got to realize is your job is to build a machine. Again, we're trying to build businesses, which are machines. You know, you put a certain amount of money in, and you control the controls, ROI, profit, things, get more cash put in. And guess what? You get the results of that, but that's the hard work you get. So, you know, if you are thinking about getting a VA Academy 2.0, Fast Track FBA.com/VA, just coming along the bottom here, do check that out. Honestly, like we do basically we're looking at getting you 10 deals a day that you can buy. That's something really important. But also you're learning my SOPs, and those SOPs built these 2 companies here. And also, so if you're not happy, we give you we have a whole aftercare team that you have any problems, you literally drop us a message. Like we fully support you and everything. Drop us a message, we jump on and help you. You can see customer reviews where they're like, Tom, I've hired 8 VAs from you now. Like people who have hired 8 VAs from us, like they're building multi-million-dollar businesses with like our teams. Why? Because we just, by the way, and I'm not saying that like we we hire great people. That's one thing I'd really say. We hire great people. Really helps out. So if you are interested, like the Wild Adventures, honestly, super happy. Do check us out, Fast Track FBA VA Academy 2.0. And honestly, great to be part of the journey. You'll work with Jade very closely. You'll work with my aftercare team. And obviously, you'll see everything that we do. And you'll see a lot of videos from me about what I've done and the way I've done it in our bonus schemes and mindset and scaling and stuff. That's really helpful. So great work, great work. Let's kind of jump through. I am Bing 77. I got accepted on the Fast Track FBA for next round next year. Yeah, fantastic. So I think you might be a VA. Fantastic, really well done. Yeah, so obviously we're doing some pre-hiring for next year. That's really good. And then Aaron Lander said, amazing point. I never thought of that. Fantastic, Aaron. Glad I can help you. It's a really important thing. I watched a really good video about it. I watched it actually after this because someone asked me about it. So yeah, it's a really good point. No one really thinks about annualized ROI. They only look at ROI. And if you know 100% ROI, which takes a year to get, is way worse than 60% ROI, which takes 1 month. Like, you know what you'd rather have. Let's kind of go through. This beats what's on TV. Ha! I love it. Absolutely love it. Glad I can help you. Honestly. And hey, look, you know, hopefully I'm going to help you make money. That's the important point. I'm going to help you make money. That's the important thing. That's what we really want. It's really interesting. People talk about like my services, and I'm like, at the end of the day, like our lead service, everything should help you make money. Why? Because if we help you make money, then guess what? You come back and buy more from us. And we see that for the VA Academy. The measure of success is, do customers come back? And if they come back, it means not like, well, I've got a VA, it's great. No, my VA is really adding value. I want to get another one, because not the first one's made you money and you come back. And when we start hearing stories of people buying 2, 3, 5, 8, 10, we've had people buy 30 VAs from us. It's incredible. Why? Because it works. Like, yeah, it works. Like, I think that's, you know, that's the testament. Do people come back? Do we recommend you to the friends? That's a real testament. So I hope that makes sense. Thank you, Adam. Guys, drop your questions down below. If you're on Instagram, I can see you. I can see you. You are right here. You are right here. And Fizzy Jizzy, hi, can you ungate in grocery using high-end supermarkets like Asda and Morrison's? I wouldn't really call Asda and Morrison's high-end supermarkets. I'm not going to lie. Do check out, like, you could literally just like find, if it's just grocery you're looking for, you could probably get it from Harrison's Direct or anything. But you can literally find any old wholesaler. Just find something really simple and boring, like a brand that no one really cares about, but they're in the grocery category. I don't know, McVitie's biscuits. You'll be able to find some, you know, just type in like, you know, a brand name of a thing, find the ASIN first, find the brand and make sure it says category thing, type it into Google and say wholesaler, and then just literally create an account and order them. That's it. So simple. I cannot stress that enough. Like, it's really, really easy. Let's kind of jump through. Lots of people asking questions. So I will get through them all. I promise you, I have a very good track record of answering every single question. I will do it. If you do 10K sales in a month at 30% average ROI, how much net profit do you think that is? Great question. Generally, people get a bit confused around it's like, it's really easy to do when you talk about margin, but when you talk about ROI, it's a bit different, because ROI is a percentage of the cost of goods as opposed to a margin as a percentage of revenue. So if you're talking about 30% margin, that'd be simple, because you know your gross margin would be 10K times 30%, which equals 3,000. So 3,000 gross margin. Then you've got to take your costs off. So I can kind of give you some good analogies to help out. So generally speaking, within our business, And within our business, the one thing which I really kind of recommend is we generally see that your ROI is about half of your margin, not necessarily, but as a general rule of thumb. So if you're talking about a 30% ROI, it's probably going to be a 15% margin. So if you're doing 10K sales, you're probably going to do about 15% margin. Now, you're probably going to have out of the revenue, maybe between 5 and 10% costs, depending on how efficient you are. Like I have about 10% costs, which are pretty high because I have a lot of prep centers, I have VAs, and like Tom doesn't really do anything. He's a bit lazy. Whereas if you're doing a lot of work yourself, then you'll probably find that's more closer to 5. So if you're doing 10K sales, you're doing a 30% ROI, it's probably about 15% margin. So on 10K sales, you're probably going to make £1,500 gross profit. And if you're doing a 5% cost base, so that's about a £500 cost base that you're thinking to do it. So you're probably left with about £1,000. Rough rule of thumb. Now, if you start being a bit more intelligent with your costs, and also as well, you start looking at cash back, you can probably add another 500 on, so you might make 1,500. That would probably be a good guide. And again, you can be a bit better with like your purchases. So you might be able to push your ROI, maybe get it to 1,500, 2,000 with cash back, voucher codes, things like that. So that'd be kind of thing, but really your ROI is the lower end there. So if you want to kind of get the $2,000, you're probably going to be looking to around 40, maybe even 50% ROI. And generally, you're probably going to see those numbers more in the US than you would in the UK. The one thing just to consider is the turn rate in the UK is quicker than the US. So yes, it's better ROIs. Doesn't necessarily mean it's better profits because the turn rates are slower in the US. 1 second. I'm just going to tell my girlfriend that my dinner has arrived. The dinner has arrived in Uber Eats downstairs. I'm live. I'm telling you that now. So my girlfriend's going to run down. She's the best, absolutely the best. Right. Let me go back to Instagram. I got accepted as a fast track FBA run next year. It's fantastic. I did see Ramin on Instagram mentioned a question, by the way, from Instagram. I can see it right here. Said, I purchased a USA course, however, got rejected from the bank account, and I have an LLC. What other bank do you suggest? Can you try and open a USA bank? I'll tell you a top tip. Just drop that screenshot from the bank account into the Fast Track FBA USA group or one of our Facebook groups. I'll try and give you some feedback, but I want to see what their reasons for rejecting you were. It sounds a bit interesting, like why you were rejected. I'd be interested to know why they rejected you. But drop it into the Facebook group. I can give you some advice on that. But yeah, drop that into the group. So if you're anyone's on Instagram, I am watching. I can see you. I think it's Rahim52. Drop that screenshot from the bank. So there. Let's kind of go through Mohammed. Hi, sir. I hope you're doing well. I registered my Amazon account, so we have inventory. So we have interview Sunday evening. Which app do I have to download for a video call them? I think it's just a link. I literally think it's a link. It's a really simple like web. You don't have to download any app. Just click a link. That's it. Check the things. I don't know what it was. It might be like a Zoom call or something, but they'll have a link. It's really simple. Like it'll download automatically. Don't worry. You'll get the link. Yeah, it's fine. I don't know the app. It's been a long time ago. Phil O. Hi, Tom. I'm interested in hiring a VA. I have a 20K Amex limit, around 10K in stock and Amazon, 2K in cash. I'm able to find enough deals to get close to maxing the Amex. Would you hire a VA at this point? So, Phil, great question. It's a really common one. And you're about to define the metrics of success or the measures of which we would look at in regards to hiring a VA. So, one of the things I really recommend is that every week, either you've got a physical amount of cash always sat in the bank and you're not using, or you've got available on the credit card. We say about £4,000, $5,000. So I think you're saying you've got a 20K Amex limit, you've got about 10K in stock and 2K in cash. So my God, you've got a 20K Amex limit sitting there. Like I would think that'd be, we say 4,000. If you talk about UK pounds, I'm guessing. So yeah, I think there'd be an ideal time. Generally, a general rule of thumb is if you think about the business model, you've got cash, and this can be cash in the bank or it can be cash from credit cards, available credit. Now, your job is to, by the way, the banks are great, but they don't pay us very good in ROI or interest rate. But what we are looking to do is convert that into stock. And when we convert it into stock, we put it into Amazon. And even at a worst case scenario, we get like, 15% ROI, 30% ROI in the US, for example. And then we sell that within 90 days. So if you talk about it in a year, let's call it 15% ROI. I'm doing a worst case scenario. That's going to be a 60%. It takes 3 months to sell. That's a 60% return on your investment every year because you're doing it 4 times, which is a damn sight better than what you're going to get from the bank. So our job is to convert that cash into deals and get them sold and to churn it through. And by the way, we run out of deals, so hence why a VA is great. So yeah, I think for you, as long as you've got like available cash or credit in a credit card, and by the way, you're profitable and you know what you're doing, then 4K UK or 5,000 US. It's not like you need 4K every single week for the next 5 weeks and that's all going to glow. No, not at all. It's just like you need about a 4K lump sum. So if you've got a 4K lump sum on a credit card and you're not using, ideal for a VA, absolutely great. That'd probably be the lower end. Upper end, if you've got any more than 10,000, I think you probably could hire more than one VA. Like for every 10, I don't think you need more than 10,000 per VA. Really, when they start getting down the line, starts going, wow, these guys are really on fire. But for the first 6 months, 10,000 is you fine. But 4K is probably the minimum to be able to cash flow them. There is some maths behind it, but Phil O, definitely. I think if you've got a 20K AMF limit, you'd actually be fine. I think you could buy probably 2 VAs if you wanted to. And by the way, I like having 2 VAs. And the reason why I like having 2 VAs is because you have competition. You want to show which one's better than the other. So I hope that really makes sense. Big Rob has joined. Amit Arabtar has joined. Sarita Art has joined. And Rachel Nailtech has joined as well. And you guys, if you're on Instagram, let me know. I can see her. I'm right here. I'm watching. Let's go and jump through. Max Jeff, hi Tom. When I'm gating a brand in Amazon and needs an invoice of at least 10 units, does it have to be the same product or can it be 5 units or 2 products? No, it's got to be the same. Literally 10 units of the same ASIN. That's it. 10 units of the same ASIN. Hate to say it, that's the thing it's got to be. 10 units of the same ASIN. It's literally got to be like this one product, quantity purchase 10. That's it. Sorry, I don't understand what you mean. Jesse V, sometimes we need to ungate, so we buy a minimum of 10 items, but suddenly unable to sell these due to sudden change with Amazon. Did you experience returning items back, especially minimum of 10? I'm too shy to do it. Not really a big problem. Like we've never really experienced it. Like I won't lie, we probably haven't done too much actual ungating. Like when probably years and years ago I did, but now we just get automatically ungating pretty much everything. So we don't really have that problem. Like I think my real kind of advice to you would be using, just so okay. So when I do ungating, what do I think about? I'm like my thing is like right now, like I'm here, there's this wall here, and on the other side of the wall, there are great opportunities on retail stores where I can make really good profits. Hence why I want to get the wall taken down, the gate, for example. Now I need to buy these 10 items, and really the way I see that I view that purchase isn't to make profit. I just see it as a cost. Like it's like, okay, I spent $100 to buy 10 of these items, £10 each, and if I get any money back on them, I'm happy. But all I'm doing now is I'm removing that gate so I can access those items behind. That's it. Now, if I can get money back, fantastic. I'm super happy. But if I can't, then I've got to it's not the end of the world because I know I'm going to make the money here and I see that opportunity. It's kind of like, you're in the desert, you want water, and you've got to pay $100 to get access to the well. You're like, it's fine. Like it's just a cost of doing business, but I know I'll make that money back in the future, or the gold mine, for example. So yeah, I see it that way. But if I can get anything back, I'm fine. Now it might be the case that you can't sell them. You sell on eBay, for example. You sell on Facebook Marketplace. Absolutely fine. Like sell them at cost. Like happy days. But all you're trying to do is just get something sold. That's all I would look at. Like again, I'm trying to ungate the magic behind the gate, not worry about the product. And so many people get caught on this product here. I'm like, no, your gold is here. Forget this. This is just called a cost of doing business. This is where you make the money. Like it's called an investment. It's like, by the way, you paid all this money to go to university. It didn't pay you a dime, but you went to university because you wanted to get this. And ironically, like, a lot of the time this seems to be a bit of a lie, but you're only paying £100 now, not like $100,000. Hope that makes sense. Paul Clark, on your last point, what's your best tool for Amazon reverse search? I think if you're going to do it this way, so a lot of people kind of talk about Keeper. I think Keeper's great. SAS is great. It does it kind of has like the storefront stalking thing that you can kind of do. It's kind of okay. I think long story short for me, if I was going to do it properly, I would like Google, right mouse click search. But I would probably do a little bit more strategically. I'd probably do what's known as a data tab on Keeper, for example. So if the point is around, I think you were talking about like kind of, if I'm gated, how would I do it? So first things first, I would kind of just spend about, a couple of hours, if I'm brand new seller, I'd spend a couple of hours finding what categories I can sell in, and then I'd find what brands in those categories I can sell as well. And I'd be making notes. These brands, these are the ones that I can sell. Fantastic. Now, once I can do that, what I then do is go over to Keeper and I would do a reverse search of those categories and those brands, and I'd look for other ASINs. And then in addition to that, what I would do is add in another filter within Keeper, no Amazon,
more than like 2 FBA sellers and the buy price of or sell price above £20, $20. Because if it's below that, there's not really enough profit in it. So then it's going to give me a lot of ASINs, and then I'd do right mouse, then I'd get the title and right mouse click search that into, load it up in Amazon, and then voila, and then search that into Google and do reverse search. So kind of just add one more little layer to it. So start building up a catalog or an idea of what categories I can sell, what brands I can sell. Then I'd use Keeper to find more ASINs of those categories and brands, whereby they are no Amazon, they've got some other sellers on them. I'm not going to get an IP alert, and also as well, there are things going on. What's the other one? I mentioned it. There's sellers and things going on. And the buy price is high enough that it's going to give me enough profit if I could reverse search it. And then I just focus on them. And I think they're really good metrics to look at. So, Paul, let me know if that answers the question down below. It's really good, actually. I think I should probably create some kind of like downloadable content or something around that. I think it's a really good point. Like, if I was going to start again, how would I do it? And I think that'd be a really good video to create. I am Bing 77. What metrics are you flowing on cash flow? And by the way, that is on the Instagram live. If you guys are on Instagram, do drop me a question. I am reading it as well. So I am being, in regards to metrics on cash flow, by the way, if you go to YouTube, or you can go to my blog, by the way, fasttrackfba.com, you just go to like resources and then blog, you can see my cash flow. It's got a download there. It costs about £30. It's the exact download sheet we use today. So important. I think it's really, really important. And I'm just going to make a quick note, by the way, 1 second, because I think I could do something better. Cash. Cool. So it's the exact cash flow sheet we use, and what we look at is really add in all our money, look at all our outgoings. We do some forecasting with it as well, and then we have a buffer, and then we create a safe spend for the next 2 weeks. That's it. And then we spend up to that amount, and my purchasing managers get it. It really makes a difference. And by the way, we're dealing with like, every single week we're dealing with hundreds of thousands of pounds and tens of thousands of dollars in the US. And we've had one problem. And by the way, the sheet was absolutely fine. The one problem came, we didn't pay our Amex bill because we didn't actually look at the sheet. We put the numbers in, but my team didn't check it. And trust me, we had some very upset staff when we started to tell them, you're not doing your job correctly. But that was one thing we did. So we look at those, we did that. So that was a really important point. So just, if you've got any questions around that, cash flow, do look at that blog post cash flow sheet. Hope that makes sense. Let's kind of go through now. Jesse V, we've done you. Point, cool. Fizzy Jizzy, when I'm gating and it's for a listing that's sold as a set of two times legacy set, would I need to ensure about 10 individual quantities or two? I get your point. My advice would probably be go look for the Amazon listing where it's a one set, because really, like, I think you'd be fine just buying 10 individual because it says the number 10 on there. But I would probably just look for the Amazon listing where it's the one set and try and get ungated for that, not the two sets, because they might come back and argue. But I just do the one set. I hope that really makes sense. I am being cool, fantastic. Fizzy Jizzy, let me know if that answers the question. Gigs, yeah, I was thinking the same thing regarding ROI profit. What amount would be your minimum? Like, again, I think the annualized ROI is a really important one. Generally in our business, we'll go down to like 15% ROI as a minimum in the UK. US is probably about 25 minimum. I know people who will reduce it down with cashback, which is fine, but they won't take the same amount off. They'll kind of half the cashback. But I think the real question just comes is, it really is up for you. And by the way, I talk about 15% ROI. Why? Because every single week we're in the UK, we're spending close to £100,000. That's 120,000 US dollars a week we're spending. In the US, we're spending about 30,000 a week. So if you're spending that kind of volume, then cool, go for that ROI. But if you're spending a lot less, then you probably might need to think about going a lot higher. Like, if you're just getting started out, I'd probably spend a couple of, like maybe look at 30-40% ROI. That's where I'd want to be. So again, it's up to you. I've got massive staffing costs to pay. I've got like 40 odd VAs. I have no idea. It's a lot. I have 7 purchasing managers. It's a lot of staff, and each of them have a team of 3 to 5, maybe 6. One of them, I don't know. And then ops and admin stuff. Facebook. How's your Q4 going? Well, we're up. I think I showed the figures. I'll show it again if you're interested. I'll show you the year. Look, there's UK, that's 3.2 million. And it's just been a decline, hasn't it? It's been going down. That's like really bad. Like, I don't really mind. We are down on last year. This month is down on last year. But again, by the way, like last month we did about £220,000. US we did 400,000. By the way, in the US right now, US is pretty good. I'll show you a screenshot. I don't actually have it installed because if you ever follow my journey, I talk to you like I don't want to have them. I try to unlink the accounts as much as possible. Why? Because Amazon has an algorithm where it's suspend first, ask questions later. But that's the USA one. So my ops manager sends me a screenshot, 1.2 million. So you can see November's a pretty chunky November. I'm really happy with that one. That's pretty good. And we're up 851. Everyone likes being up on 851. So yeah, pretty good. I mean, like that's about 10% margin. The US is about 5% margin. So you can do the calculation. So yeah, pretty good. The new functionality is great for checking if you're gated, but it prevents you from buying a deal which isn't great. Is there a plan to check or try auto ungate the brand rather than just restrict? I don't. It's a really good question. Lots of, by the way, if you want to know, Fast Track FBA YouTube channel is good friend of mine, Flips for Miles, has just joined. I just want to give him a big shout out. Hey, Flips for Miles. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Obviously, good to see you on Instagram. Honestly, let me know if you've got any questions. And Angus C. Jessica on Instagram, I can see you as well. So, question for you is: the new functionality of FBA leads is great for checking if you're gated, but it prevents you from buying a deal which isn't great. Now, we do, so we're using the Amazon SP API. Now, they allow you to check, but the one net problem we have is the fact that it doesn't allow you to tell if you're auto ungated or will you get auto ungated. I don't think the SP API can allow us to request to ungate on your behalf, which is the frustration. So I think the one thing we are going to do is kind of build a list of ASINs and say, hey, when you log in, any chance you can try just ungating these ASINs? Like we found a lot of people have been able to do it, and like it's up to you. But if you can, then we're like, cool, now we can show you these extra deals. So that's something we're looking at to try and do. But hope you like the new feature. It's something which we're rolling out and building, but just, it's not perfect yet. We are getting there. Hope that makes sense. So thank you, Facebook user. Let's going to go through Jesse V. Curious about your OA deals, OA deals. Can you explain more about how the tokens work? One deal, one token. Not necessarily. So the way we do it is, obviously I've got my US and UK business. We have our sourcing team. So the UK business, about 30 BAs, and I think about 20 in the US. We basically merged my two teams. Why? Like they're just finding deals which are a bit rubbish before, and we're paying twice to find the same deal. Like my Amazon business is finding some, my lead service is finding some, and they're the same deal, and I didn't really like it. So and also as well, like if I have a great deal and I share it to 1 million people, you're going to be like, thanks, Tom, you've just ruined a great deal. So what I do generally believe is that we should actually be reducing down the competition on the deals that we share it with. We can't stop it because obviously other people can find them. But number two is the fact that we want to, and also as well, what I want to do is say, look, the deals which I'm finding, you can get access to as well. So it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be the deals which work for my business, but you can see it as well. So long story short is that on my fasttrackfba.com lead service, our online arbitrage deals, and it's only online arbitrage deals, is the fact that you can come in and you buy tokens. And what we do is we hide the supplier name, we hide the supplier URL, hide the Amazon ASIN, and hide the Amazon kind of name as well. But we show you the keeper graph, we show you about the buy price and everything, and then we put them onto our platform. So you can see every single deal. Not like you get given 10, you get to pick and choose. And when you find a deal that you like, we'll check if you're gated as well now, which is really good. You can literally come in and you can you can exchange tokens for a deal. Now, generally the way it works is if it's £1 profit, $1 profit, it'll be one token. If it's $2 profit, £2, £2 or $2, it'll be two tokens. If it's $3, £3, it'll be three tokens, and it will never go higher than that. So if it's $5 or £5 profit, it'll be three tokens. That's it. And if you get a problem with the deal, like prices change, something you're not happy with, then you can get a refund on it within seconds. It's really, really good. There's a different way of doing it. We limit the UK deals to 5 people, and we limit the US deals to 10 people. So that's it. But again, the idea behind it is really, if you think about this game, like, I managed to run 2 7-figure companies whereby I don't even know a single product we bought. Like I literally look at them and go, we're just looking at the numbers. That's it. And really for you, when you're doing the analysis, it should be numbers first. So we kind of take that approach and we push it through, and it does, like we push it through the deal service. Really, we just want to get deals which work for you, and they're found my own team. So if you're interested, fasttrackfba.com/leads, LEADS, you can do it. Guys, if you've got questions on the gram, do ask me. I can see you. I just want to say a big shout out to anyone on the gram. So Gaming Mama, hey Gaming Mama, good to see you. 1 second. Tom needs water. I had food poisoning yesterday. It was horrible. I was like, ugh. Right, let's go through. Gaming Mama, I did well in November. Now the momentum has gone. I need motivation. I seem not to be able to find any new deals, stuck in a rut. Okay, I think maybe you're asking too much of yourself, and I do understand it. So just set yourself a challenge. Cool. How many deals can I analyze? Let's start with the basics. Before we find good deals that we can buy, we need to make sure we're upping the number of deals that we're sourcing. So first things first, you is like, how many deals can I check? Count the number of ASINs. So every time you literally get an ASIN, or she's a supplier URL product you're checking with an ASIN, then just tally it, create a tally, and be like, cool, can I do 1 per minute? Every hour, what I'm trying to do is 60 deals. That's it. And you're going to start finding some sites which work. So like maybe okay, my day plan is going to be, we do this within my business, by the way, really common. We do this within my business. We do it whereby we will, all our sources have to have a plan, and we see it every single day. We will know what their plan is, and they have to share that plan versus what they actually did and their results of the day. So it's like, what are they going to do? Are they going to go to this website, this website, this website? And then, and then what we're looking at is not how many deals it's analyzed, but how many deals they found. Really, we're looking at estimated spend. So you probably know you had a great success in November. What was that? What happened? Is it going to be that certain stores did well, certain brands you really liked? Cool. So maybe in December, you're going to keep doing. So you just go, I'm going to go back to those stores, and I'm just going to try and do 60 deals an hour. And maybe your measure of success initially isn't going to be the number of deals that you found that you purchased. Maybe it's just going to be the number of deals that I've analyzed. Why? Because we understand it that generally speaking, the more deals we analyze, the more likelihood we're going to find good deals. And if you can start looking for that needle in the haystack in the right place, you're going to be in a good, you're going to do it. But the more haystacks you can look through, the more likely you are to find needles. So I'd really focus on that. Focus on measurable outcomes, because you control the number of deals that you analyze. You can't control the number of deals that you can find. But what you do realize is the more deals you analyze in the right direction, it's probably statistically going to give you the more likelihood of finding great deals. So that'd be my kind of advice. And again, maybe just go get your November stores, your buy sheet for November, go look at the top, like break it down by supplier, and just spend time on each of those top 5 suppliers. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to try and find, I'm going to review 60 ASINs every single hour, 1 per minute, 8 hours per day on 1 store per day. You see how many deals I find. Again, you're trying to find a methodical way of working which works for you. Gaming Mama, let me know if that makes sense and helps you out. Guys, if you're on Instagram, I can see you. I do have you right here. Look, say big hello to everyone on Instagram. Hey Tom Sawyer, woohoo! I can see it. I've joined. I'm actually in the live stream. Woo. I can't see who else is in the live stream. All we can do is see me. Right, let's go through. Jesse says OA deals through Fast Track FBA. Yeah, fantastic. Yes, that's our lead service, our deals. We do online arbitrage deals. And if you want to know, they are my own deals. They're deals that my teams find. And by the way, I just got to be careful here. They are all the deals that my team find before we purchase them. Again, I want to be crystal clear. They are the deals that we find, not the deals that we buy. So we may buy them, we may not. But everything we find literally goes into a web application, and then it'll go to the lead service, and it will also go to my purchasing managers. That's it. So we might buy it, we might not. We can't guarantee it. We might go, no, it's a really bad deal. So you might see some bad deals, but hopefully you can do the analysis. So don't just think you can go put £1,000 on all my deals and you're going to make £1 million profit. Because that might not happen. There might be actually bad deals, but my sources are submitting them. That is the important point. Let's kind of jump through. Fizzy Jizzy. Hey, Fizzy Jizzy. I'm confused. I thought we have to get ungated on each individual brand character. So we just need to get one grocery item, go get the whole of grocery category. You need to check. So let's be crystal clear. When you go to that, request, and it says you can't sell this. Look, you'll say when you say you are not eligible, request ungating. You've got to read what it says. It will say you are not approved to sell the brand, or it might say category, or it could say both, or it could just say this product or this ASIN. If it says this product or ASIN, you're probably not going to get ungated because there's something on that specific product. It generally doesn't happen. There are 3 types of gating. One is brand, one is category, and then the other one is product specific. 9 times out of 10, getting ungated in product specific is very hard. I wouldn't even bother about it. But those 2 are just a product, or just a brand, or a category. Now your job is to read what it says and say, hey, you're currently gated in the Kellogg's category thing. Would and then go find a wholesaler. Voila, that's it. That's all I do. So really, really simple, and it's just going to support you. So you've got to read what Amazon is saying, because when you read that, it will tell you you are ungating this. This is going to help you, and that would be really, really helpful. So definitely, and then you go and find it. But like 9 times out of 10, like Cadbury's, Kellogg's, McVitie's, you might only find that actually they're all in the grocery category, which is gated. But only Cadbury's is gated as a brand. So once you realize that, you're going to go, well, what I can do is I can just buy a Cadbury's grocery product. And that means I'll get ungated in Cadbury's, Kellogg's, and McVitie's, because I'm getting ungated in the category, which is Cadbury's, Kellogg's, and McVitie's. But also as well, if I get a Cadbury's product, I'm going to get ungated in the brand Cadbury's as well. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Hope that makes sense. Just go do a little investigation. It's not very hard. It's really not. Like, just read what Amazon's telling you and then do it. Let's kind of go through Rye Flips. Can you review Lego Bonsai for me on the USA marketplace? I went deep and I want your opinion. I think Amazon will go out of stock. Can you send me an ASIN? I might do it live on the screen share. Hashtag no pressure. Drop me an ASIN. And USA, I'll have a look. Depends if you've got lots of questions. Guys, if you're on the Instagram, do let me know. I can see your comments. They are coming in. I'm just going to do it. Oh, 1 second. We are live. Woohoo! If you've got questions, do drop them out. I do see them coming in. I've just closed it down, opened up again, but I can see them as well. So what's the next one we do? So after buying a VA from yourself, after buying a VA from yourself, how soon can I expect the 1 to 2 Bibles? Day one, like literally. So the way we kind of do it is the metrics of success. Month 1, every day you should be on average. Sometimes it might be a bit lower, sometimes it might be a bit higher. And generally over the course of months as they develop, will get better. Month 1, the results of buying a VA from the VA Academy 2.0 should be 2 to 5 deals per day that you're getting in month 1 that you can buy. Not that they're submitting, not that look nice, that you can actually buy. And we don't care about deals that are submitted. We only care about deals that we can buy. Why? Because it doesn't matter how good it looks. If you can't buy it, it's not helpful. So we don't reward results which don't help the business as a whole. So it's got to be deals that we can buy. Again, agree with the buyable part you put in there. 1 to 2, 2 to 5 buyable deals per day on average in month 1. That's what we're looking for. Month 2, we're looking 5 to 8 buyable deals a day. Month 3, we move from buyable deals to a spend target. Why? Because if they give you a buyable deal and you can only buy 2 of them, it might not be relevant, but you can buy 100 of them, you're really happy. So we start saying, as a seller, stop looking at buyable deals. It's not actually a very good metric, by the way. Start looking at spend total. Why? Because if you're in the UK, for example, I can give you like 10 buyable deals in Boots, but good luck actually being able to get them through. But if I give you 5 deals in Superdrug, you get 100 of each. Way you're really happy. So we're looking at spend. Why? Because we want to invest the cash into deals, not the cash into a different range of deals. There's a very big difference. Just be mindful of that. But really, and by the way, if you're not getting that, if you're not happy with like, hey Tom, I'm not getting what you're telling me, you're saying 2 to 5 deals per day that I should be getting, I can buy. If you're not getting it, you literally drop my team a message. And my team, by the way, my team who do this day in and day out, they will jump on a live call with your VA 1-to-1, and they will do retraining, and they will try and find out why you're not getting it. And they'll even say, like, X, Y, and Z. They'll give you a report. They'll tell you what's going on. Maybe if your deal criteria are too high or are too restricted, they're going to be consultative with you because they want you to get these deals. Why? My measure of success for my internal team is that you come back and you buy another VA because you have a great experience. It's really helpful. So, but they're going to help you with that. And if, by the way, if they're like, we're not happy with your VA, we want to replace them, they'll have that consultation with you. So they'll be like, hey Tom, I'm not happy. We're not happy. Or like, hey Gigs, we're not happy with your VA. Like, we actually don't think their performance is where it needs to be. Can we replace? Don't worry, we'll do it free of charge. That's part of the service. We're like, fine. So again, we'll consult with you. So I hope that kind of makes sense. But 2 to 5 per day, month 1. Hope that makes sense on average. Guys, if you're on Instagram, drop a comment down below. I am watching. I can see you. Salaminia, I think it is, and Isabins. My God, I'm just so bad with Instagram names. I'm so sorry. I'm really bad with names anyway, but Instagram names are like, God help me. Like, I just find them really struggling. So sorry, guys. Gaming Mama, great advice as always, Tom. I was using this year's FBA. I'm guessing it's our lead service as a learning experience. Yeah, I agree. So many people do. By the way, the one thing they really love about our lead service, we show them a lot of stores they've never sourced from before. It's a really beneficial thing. By the way, guys, if you're watching on like Instagram or anything, do check out our like social profile. You can see it in the link in the bio. fasttrackfba.com/my-secrets, and you'll get my top 100 supplier stores. It's a free download. You can access it. That just gives you top 100 suppliers UK and USA, so you can get them. Really, really helpful. Soft A, appreciate any advice. Cool. Soft A does that. Gaming Mama, I'm so grateful for this live video and your willingness to share knowledge. So hopefully I know something. Hopefully I do. Like, I'm just like, hey guys, yeah, I'm doing all this thing. I actually have some experience. No, I've learned something in my journey. I'm not an expert, I'll tell you that. It's all just my opinion. Gav K7 has joined on Instagram. Hey, Gav K7. Rise Flips, thank you. Let me just see if we kind of get some of the questions through, and I will come back and do that. I'm going to star it. I'm going to come back. Rise Flips, watch this space. I will come back. If I have time, I'll try and do you're worried about, like, have you gone too deep? Amazon will sell out. I will come back. Fizzy Jizzy, awesome. Thanks so much, Tom. When I make a killing from FBA, I'll take you out for a fancy restaurant. Haha, thanks so much. Cool. I look forward to it. Cool. Obviously, by the way, when you're making a killing, you can fly over to Mexico business class, and you can take me out to a nice restaurant, and you can business expense the whole thing and call it consultation call. I know many people who have done that, but I look forward to it. It sounds good. Absolutely love it. Right, the wild adventures. Getting a VA, from getting a VA1 on average, how long do you see people getting from VA1 and 2? Does that make sense? Yeah, like when's the next one to hire? I think, look, really it's about you. I'd probably say if it's the first time to hire VA, I would plan to get your first VA through the 3 months. Why do I say that? Because if you like, your biggest barrier is just going to be getting used to managing staff. Like managing teams, there's so much you can't, you can't just go find deals or I'll fire you. Like you can, but you're probably not going to get a great result. But if you start to learn how to manage people, and by the way, business is just people. That's it. It's processes and people, and getting people to do what you want to do, i.e. follow SOPs, follow processes, follow procedures, and get them. And by the way, there's a big difference between getting them to do it and getting them to want to do it. Your job is to make them want to do it, not to just do it. And if they want to do it and make it even better, that's when you have a highly effective business. It's kind of like sourcing for the generic products on like Walmart and Argos, for example, or learning how to source the voucher codes, cashbacks, airtime rewards, all the the credit card cashback things, all these little things. It's a difference between having a business which operates and a business which makes really good money. And that's it. If you can learn to manage a team really, really well, that's where you have, that's where you do really well. But again, business is just people, and I would really recommend just get used to having that first VA. There's one bit of advice if I'm going to recommend anyone for the VA Academy, which no one does. Like, it's hilarious. And by the way, hopefully you find you get a lot of value from joining this call. I hope you get a lot of value from joining this call. Is the fact that you join my weekly calls with Jade, who's my HR manager, and you just talk about VAs and how to build a great culture and a great company. And every week you come in and go, hi, I've got my VA. What can you recommend I can do to improve my culture? Like, talk about that. Why? Because it's just people. I promise you that. And people don't do this enough. Like, we give you this free resource. It's called my HR manager, who is like ingrained across my entire businesses. She knows my exact culture, everything we do, SOPs, a lot. She will tell you everything. And do you know what the funny thing is? People don't turn up. And like, there's one thing I'd say, just turn up for that weekly call. Like every Tuesday she has a call, like, just be there, so do it. But coming back to your question, my God, I'm going off on a tangent, sorry. How long on average? 3 months, I reckon, would be the most important thing. Wait 3 months. Once you're happy with the first VA, my God, you can hire 2, 3 if you really wanted to after that. But if you're first time managing people, do your 3 months, make sure they're happy, and you'll feel happy with their results. And then why? Because then you can focus your attention on the other one whilst managing this. What you got to think about is people are about spinning plates. Each person's a plate you're trying to spin. Now, if that person needs training and development, it's going to take a lot of time to get that plate spinning. But once you've spent the first 3 months spinning that plate, you can now keep that plate spinning on a little amount of time as possible whilst building up another plate spinning that one. So, I can manage 80 odd staff in a normal week. But I wouldn't be able to do that if I was starting from the beginning. It's because I've started spinning the plates and I know how to manage them correctly. But if I had to start again tomorrow, my God, I'd never start with 80 in day one. That'd be a nightmare. You're just building up your internal systems and procedures and your ways of working. That's a really important thing. So I hope that makes sense. Already looking forward to the venture here. Fantastic. We are looking forward to having you here as well. Let's kind of go through, how long is a VA with you for life? They're yours. So if you want to know, in the UK, we charge for VA Academy 2.0. It's £847 or $997. It's a one-time fee you pay to us. That's our find, hire, and train fee for you. But if you are looking for that, that's our find, hire, and train fee. But if you are looking for, that's what we're doing. But like the idea is, if you want, but it's a one-time fee. That's it. That's all we do. We have that one-time fee, and the idea is that, but the VA works for you. They're paid for you. You don't run, you never pay us again unless you come back for another VA, which is hopefully what we'd like to see, because it means it's worked. And I think the idea is that it's going to really add value. So 847 one-time fee. That's it. That's going to be the most important point, and that's going to really help you out. So you never pay again. Got it. Give me 2 seconds. Guys, if you've got any more video, and Jesse V says, thank you for sharing your ideas. glad I can help you out. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to see if I can load up my Amazon.com. Someone asked me to review .com -dp. Someone asked me to review an ASIN rice flips. I don't know if I can actually. Can I copy that? I'm going to see if I can type that in. What is that? That is B. Oh, get it right, Tom. I'm going to see if I can load it up. I'm just going to see if I can load it up now. 1 second. B. That's a 08H Victor X-ray Zulu Whiskey. You got that right. 8X. See if I can load this up. If I can kind of give you some help. I've got FBA multi-tool. Can I load this up with? I don't think I even have SAS installed on this Chrome. Oh no, I do. There we go. Turn that one on. And do I have Keeper? Turn that one on. And let's refresh that. Cool. Here we go. So yes, rice flips. I'll see if I can do that. I'm just trying to load up my tools right now while we're doing it. Disable FBA multi-tool because I don't want to use that one. So currently working full time and doing wholesale, sitting on 2K. Fantastic profit per month. Hey, good man. My God, like I don't know if you know, most people don't generally make like enough profit to live off, which is quite interesting. It's always a side hobby and they don't take it to the next level. Keep going, keep going. It takes up a lot of my time working full time in wholesale. Are there any VAs? Are the VAs easy to manage? Just click the link and buy. So long story short, we do have people who buy VAs from us to do wholesale. They're predominantly trained in OA. So we don't teach wholesale methodology. Why? Because we don't really do it ourselves. So, and I think the real question comes to you is, but really at a fundamental level, OA and wholesale are very similar in regards to the deal analysis section. But you know, the part of wholesale which is a bit added extra on is going to be the, what do you call it? It's going to be the finding wholesalers opening up wholesale accounts. But you're just going to give them a list and say go through the list. I would probably also recommend like making sure that you're being very mindful about how you're approaching that list. If I can just talk about it, you know what I mean. Anyone doing OA, don't worry about this. So the way we did it was we did the analysis with a 5% knocked off the buy price, and we said if the listing sales per month aren't more than like 20 sales a month, we're not interested. So you can kind of run that list through a tool straight away and just say drop off 5%, for example, when you do the matching, drop 5% off the buy price and add on, make sure it's over 10, 20 sales a month. Otherwise, it's not worth our time. They're the kind of two things we looked at. But the analysis side is fine. And for us, is when we look about the VAs, we've had a lot of people who buy our arbitrage VAs, just do a little bit extra training themselves, and they're really good. They generally don't need much time. And the one metric we look at is the cash wise, and that's for OA we're talking about, but the time wise, we say for the first month, you really want to do about an hour a day with your VA. I really stress that. Why? Because business is about people. And again, I talked about spinning plates initially. When you first start spinning a plate, you need a lot of time. And then after like 2-3 months, it's really simple. Like, and what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, like, whenever we hire a VA, we're spending an hour a day, every day with them, just reviewing the deals, making sure they're on point, checking in, like, good deal, bad deal, why is it good deal, bad deals, try to give them feedback on their training development. Then after 1 month, it cuts down to about 3 hours a week. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we check in. And then after 3 months or 2 months, we probably drop down to 1 hour a week. So that's what we do now, 1 hour a week. So it really makes a difference. So I think for you is like, yes, you can definitely do it for wholesale. We're not training them for wholesale. Just be mindful that you will have to do additional training on top. But we're very good at hiring good people. And you still get that kind of like, you get that 3-month refund process. So if you're not happy with them, you can still say, look, Tom, I'm not happy to take your VA back and have the money. Fine. But long story short is, that's a good, like the one thing I'd say is if you can't find a good VA, there's no point, like really, because all the training in the world won't solve a bad problem or won't solve a bad VA. And we know that. You've worked with people in your company before, whereby they're just really bad, if that makes sense. So are they easy to manage? Pretty much. We teach you all our systems, the process we do. You click a link buy, and then we ask you to spend an hour a day supporting them. If you still have problems, you can speak to my staff. That's it. But again, that hour a day is about supporting them, getting them right. Again, this is an investment. It's an investment in your business, scaling up, copying what's working for you. Now, if you're doing VA and you go, I go here and I find this product and I analyze that, and that's working, keep doing it. I hope that kind of makes sense. That's a really, really important point. Let's kind of jump through. I'm just going to kind of do something. So, Odds Octopus, good evening. Do you think it's worth getting a prep center if it's just me and manual sourcing, aka no VA spending 500? Yeah, if you're doing 500. Can you see me? Sorry. If I load up that screen, this computer starts slowing down. So I'm not going to load up screen. I don't think I can do a screen share. If you're doing 20% ROI, 500 a day is £100 net profit, right? Or should say gross profit. Now, let's say, for example, you spend 8 hours a day sourcing, and you spend 8 hours a day sourcing, or sorry, 8 hours a day in your business, 5 hours a day sourcing, and then 3 hours a day prepping. Well, those 3 hours that you spend prepping at 20% ROI, and if you're spending £100 per hour, for example, I'm doing simple maths here, you could be making an extra £30 gross profit, which would probably be better than you'd cost in the prep cost. Like, you got to work out your if you work out like how much time you spend, because by the way, sourcing is called profitable activity, prepping isn't. So I'd really recommend looking at that, looking at the whole, like, out of, you're going to have some profitable activity, you can have some unprofitable activity, and then overall you're going to make profits. So if you look at your profitable activity and say, I can increase that, is the profitable activity's outcome greater than the time I spend in prep? And would I still make more money? I.e., prep would, like, I'd make £100 per hour prepping, but it might cost me £50 per hour equivalent of to outsource the amount of labor that I'm doing. Well, you're £50 up, and voila, now you're growing your business. Yeah, definitely. There's a reason why people use prep tenders. It works. The maths works. Cool. Wild Adventures, thank you so much for your answer, mate. This is on Twitch, by the way. I've never done Twitch before. So, hi, I want to offer promotion of your channel, viewers, followers, views, chatbots. The price is lower than any other competitor. Woohoo! The quality is guaranteed. But it sounds like Amazon automation, if you ask me. Incredible, flexible, turn on. Go to dodgehype.com. By the way, I don't recommend anyone goes to dodgehype.com. Sounds fishy, so I probably won't do that. Thanks, Plankton. Gavik on Instagram, just want to say Gavik7, Gav K. I always get it wrong, sorry. Just signed up for the course 2.0 as a starter, moving to Forever Home on Wednesday after being in in-laws for 2 years, starting FBA New Year. We'll continue to keep learning to fast track. Yeah, fantastic. Honestly, glad I can help. And yeah, honestly, I hope you really enjoy that. I think the real question comes is, that's just going to, like, help support you. But by the way, you've got to take the action. Keep going. Gigs. When you hire a purchasing manager VA, how are you able to build trusted card details? Don't hire, you promote. Never hire. Never, my God, I don't think I would hire anyone off the bat and just give them my credit card details. I won't lie, my ops managers, they're the people who run my business. They were Gavik7, Gavin. Hey, thank you. Honestly, got you. Just reading on Instagram right here. Got you, Gavin. My purchasing managers have always been promoted. My longest purchasing manager has been with me 4 years now. My ops managers, who are above my purchasing managers, who basically manage my business for me, I have 2 of them, one Fast Track FBA, one for the Amazon businesses. They have cards, but they have very low limits. And by the way, they didn't get any cards for the first year. They had to be with me a year before I gave them a card. Not that I don't really trust them. They've been in senior roles before, but, like, I just think, just be mindful. So I always promote, and this is why I'm like, hire a team, build it up. You never hire into a purchasing manager role. My God, like, by the way, if I were to ask you right now, hey guys, someone on Facebook who's working in the Philippines has just told me they're a really good purchasing manager and I should trust them. I'm going to hire them, give them my card details. You'd literally be like, oh my God, that's going to be a bloody disaster. Like, you'd laugh, wouldn't you, when like 2 weeks later they ran off with 100,000 of my money. Like, of course you would. Like, you just knew it was going to happen. It's called stupidity. So yeah, never hire, always promote into purchasing manager role. And that's why I'm always kind of like pipelining. I'm thinking my talent pool, and it might mean that I hire a little bit more VAs than I actually need, because I'm trying to think of that forward planning. That's a really, really important point. Mr. MCJ, I do have to fire through. You guys are doing some good questions. Rice flips, sorry, I was frozen. I don't think I'm going to have time. I will probably do it, but let's go through. MTJ, no worries. Looking for an OA VA. Sounds really good. I can keep happily working on the wholesale side. Just want to scale. Got the bug for making profit now. Damn right. If you've got the bug for profit, hashtag excited. Yeah. fasttrackfba.com/VA. Down the bottom here, you can see it. It's floating along. fasttrackfba.com. Check it out. You can book a free call if you've got any questions. We do a 3-month money back guarantee. We're looking to get 10 deals a day. That's for all of you. And by the way, 10 deals a day is something that most people understand, but when you really have VAs, you're not really interested in 10 deals a day. You're actually really interested to spend. We do all our metrics off spend targets. We do everything about spend and estimated gross profit. We teach you that. We teach you how I built these 2 businesses. By the way, people who just start in this game on OA, I'm not talking about wholesale here. People who just start in this game talk about number of deals per day. People who've been doing it for a long time, they talk about spends. There's a very big difference. Why? Because they understand that that's the real metric you should be tracking. But yeah, Mr. CJH, fantastic. Let's go gigs. Also, the deals that VA purchased in VA Academy are just deals that we share with me, right? So, by the way, if you hire a VA from Fast Track FBA VA Academy, they only work for you. They don't share deals with us. Like, we don't see those deals. We will see them for the first 2 weeks, but we don't share them outside of that. We're only just checking them to make sure that the deals are good and they're not being stupid. Like, why are you submitting a deal with like no sales, or like this is like a really bad deal? Like, we're just checking quality of deals. My team do that, but by the way, that's my VA Academy team, nothing to do with my Amazon business team. Very different teams. But after 2 weeks we drop off. We only just look at the numbers. But yeah, like they're your deals. The VAs work for you, they're your deals, and they only get shared to you. I hope that makes sense. The Wild Adventure is awesome. So where do I go to join this call? What time is it in UK? Is it in the private group? Oh, yeah. So when you buy a VA from the Fast Track FBA VA Academy, you'll join the Fast Track FBA VA private Facebook group, and in there every week you'll get a call with my HR manager Jade, and she basically manages all my people within my business from a HR perspective. By the way, she's the ex-business partner for Pepsi Cola in the Philippines. So if you have any questions about culture in the Philippines and how things work, she knows. Like, she's done it. She's got years and years, decades of experience in that. But she also integrates very heavily with both my Fast Track FBA business and my Amazon business. She can tell you all about how we operate and what we do. And we have like internal conversations where we support one another. So she'll kind of know most of the questions. But if you have any problems, she will also either answer it, find the answer, or get someone in contact with you who can give you the answer. So it's really, really helpful. She knows it. Like, generally, like, I never really see a question come from her from the calls. It's really helpful. So I hope that makes sense. The Wild Adventures, so much value in this channel. Your golden nugget on here, man. Cool. Thank you very much. If you like golden nuggets, give me a big thumbs up. Give me a love heart. Hi guys, I just want to say that. So yeah, definitely do that. Give me a love heart. My first VA around March will be from Fast Track. Yeah, fantastic. Get it done. Rice Flips. I'm just going to quickly, Rice Flips, you talked about this thing. I'm going to see if I can kind of, oh my God, it's because I'm in Mexico. And by the way, I'm streaming. So my computer doesn't, yeah, it's .com. I'm going to see if I can do it. But every time I try and load Amazon, my computer overheats. By the way, it's like 30 degrees here and here. Mexico is pretty warm today. I know, nice weather. Going to the beach next week. I'll be in Cancun. Hashtag excited. This product, $49.97 USD. Rice Flips just showed me. I'm not going to screen share. Sorry, guys. Rice Flips asked me, can you review this product? I'm just going to quickly fling up because I feel bad about not giving him. He said, this ace in here, he shared it. He says, can you review the Lego bonsai tree for me on the USA market? I went deep and I want your opinion if Amazon will go out of stock. Well, Amazon are in right now, but look, by the way, let me just quickly show you the buy. I'd love to do some live analysis, but I'm worried my screen will crash. Amazon, it says they've got 20 stocks, so they could sell out, but it's selling like amazingly fast. What is that? Yeah, I've personally, off the top of my head, I'm just looking at. Yeah, I'm just looking at buy box. Keeper is saying Amazon have held the buyback since January last year, so I probably don't think it's a good buy just because of that. But it is kind of moving. If you can get sales, fantastic. Like, if you can get some sales, fantastic. But I probably wouldn't have gone so deep. I would have tested why. Because Keeper, if you hover over the Keeper graph and you look at the buy box, it will just say that Amazon's holding the buy box the entire time. Let's kind of scroll down. I appreciate I need to go soon. So Rice Flips, sorry, I hope that makes sense. This last one, let's go here. Hi, can I upgrade from basic to professional? Yeah, you just literally upgrade. Just go to professional, click buy. Then it will upgrade you automatically. MTH, after purchasing, what's the average salary that you should usually pay your starting VA? We guide you through that. Literally, we guide you through that. So UK is about £400 per month. US is about £500 per month. Literally, once you're on board, it will start telling you all the salary, everything you need to do. So that's in there. Like, you'll guide through the whole process. It's really, really simple. Hope that makes sense. Right, ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed this live, give me a love heart, a like, a thumbs up. It is on the hour. I will be back same time tomorrow. I'm going to try and do it same time every day this week. Support you guys. Q4 madness. If you're on Instagram, I can see you. Come join me. I will be live again. Drop it in. AC Flip 17 joined in. Guys, just let me know. I will be here. So I just want to say a really big thank you to all of you. And let me know what happens. Obviously, what's going on. I'm just going to say Rice Flips. Yeah, you waited for the Q4 inflation because technically Amazon ran out, and I get your point. But past performance is no indicator of future potential, not guaranteed. Like, it could happen again. It does sell really well. Yeah, like, you might be all right. I can't guarantee that. But you know, by the way, when did Keeper sell out? They sold out in November the 20th, and by the way, we're now March we're December the 5th, and Amazon's still on the listing. See how it goes. I can't guarantee that. I understand your methodology, but I think it's flawed because Amazon don't have a history of going out of stock quite regularly. They've only gone out twice in a year, like once in a year actually. That's it. So I would probably say your methodology is flawed. You might get lucky, but I wouldn't do that going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say a big thank you. I'll see you same time tomorrow. Stay safe. Bye.